Hi, it's Colette. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new, very welcome and thank you for joining us. And if you're a Goldie Oldie, then it's coffee and chat time. And excuse my voice and my throat, I've got a really bad cold. But I couldn't let this channel go into the new year without having a wee word with you. So I'd planned to do so many videos that I wanted up in December and in the week between Christmas and New Year. But I had my flu jab and took a terrible reaction to it. And then on Boxing Day, seemed to go down with quite this horrible cold, which so many people have got. It's very, very cold here in Scotland at the moment and snow. So it's nice to be cosy, but I'm just kind of looking after myself. I've promised everybody I would do that, so I am. But I had to kind of sneak on. It involved a lot of red lipstick and just to get me there, but you know, red lipstick is the miracle to get you going if you're feeling ill, so always remember that. Anyway, I'm blabbering. This video I wanted to call Why I Don't Make New Year's Resolutions. And I don't make New Year's resolutions. I do have aims and hopes for the year ahead, but I don't make New Year's resolutions. And there's a reason for that. The winter, the dead of winter, which we're in, is a time for going within. It's a time for going within our homes, being with our families, going within our own heads and our own hearts, taking time to think about things and enjoy and think about the year that's gone past. And that's all part of it, which is wonderful. And it's also time to think about how we would like the year ahead to be and what our maybe plans and aims for. But that's different to a resolution. A resolution sets you up for failure in a lot of cases, and it sets you up for failure mainly when you do them at New Year. Because the worst month to do anything with great energy and great commitment is January. In January it's cold. We've been through all the festivities, so there can be a lowness of energy. People aren't feeling that sociable, but maybe all socialed out. And basically it's not the right time to be setting yourself up to go to the gym 6 mornings a week at 6 o'clock in the morning, because it'll be cold, you'll be tired, and your body will just want to stay in. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't go to the gym, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't look after yourself. I'm not saying that, but if you give yourself a strict timetable, sorry, that was a wail from Nelly here. Oh, here she comes. Okay. Are you going to say hello? I know. Right, quiet then. So as I was saying, if you give yourself a timetable of 7 days a week, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to cut my calories to 800 calories a day, or I'm going to write 2,000 words a day, and all these things that are resolutions I must do, I have to do, I resolve to do them. And the point is, if you don't do them, then there's a feeling of failure, and you're more likely to quit completely, if you know what I mean. Instead of saying, well, I aim to go to the gym a wee bit, and I've done it, but I'm not going today. That's okay. But if you've made a resolution, then theoretically, when you don't do that at the time that you said you would, our whole system feels that we've failed, and that can make January a very, very difficult month. How often do you see people making resolutions, and the first few days it's, oh, I've done this, I've done that, and then by mid-January you're not really hearing from them about what they resolved to do. And the reason for that is that they haven't been able to keep doing it, not through a lack of willpower, not through a lack of will and strength. That would be wrong to say that. It's just the wrong time. So by all means, have aims and have hopes. But the time for me for resolving to do things, if I ever do that, I'd more say I aim, would be the spring, because when the spring comes, we have that sort of buzz of energy coming through us. We can see life coming back in the plants and in the trees, and it gives us a buzz of energy to be able to say, I think I want to do this for myself. I am feeling more likely to lose a few pounds, or to go running, or to get my business sorted out, or whatever. I always think that the spring, round about, to be honest, the spring equinox is a good time to get things moving. Winter is a time of going within. You're meant to be thinking over things, mulling over things, meant to be letting your mind go to what could be, maybe what you don't want to be. All these things, they're meant to be kind of internal rather than external. You're meant to be cleaning out your mind and your psyche, not necessarily your house or your body as such. Now, I'm not saying don't have aims, and I'm not saying not to start looking after yourself after the excess of the festive season. That would be truly wrong. But please don't make a cast iron resolution, because there's a chance that you will go through with it and that you will be successful. But there's a big chance that you won't. And adding on to the things that you've not done, there will then be a feeling of failure. And I don't want that feeling for any one of you. You're too precious. You're too wonderful. It's a time where we should get our heads together collectively and spiritually feel what we want for the world, what we could do to help things along when we've got more energy, and when we can commit ourselves, when we've got a bit better health, or when we've got a wee bit more time, and plan for that and make time to do things. But it's a busy world. Everybody's got such a lot to do. To try and change everything right away at the stroke of midnight on New Year, to me, it's crazy. I don't see... I see people setting themselves up for just being annoyed at themselves. But have aims. Have aims that you would like for 2018. Not like, say, I'll lose a stone before March, or I'll run a marathon in February. Aims can be general. They can be... Well, my aims, what would I say were my aims? Excuse me. I want to commit, if I can, with my health, to writing a few more words each day than I would normally do. I'd like to be a wee bit more methodical about it. But again, creativity sometimes doesn't work like that. Sometimes you just don't feel the urge, or you don't have the creative spark. But I would hope and I would aim to write enough that my next spiritual book could be out maybe by August or September. I aim to look after myself and rest more. I aim to have more family and friend times. I aim to be a wee bit fitter within my disability. I have aims, but if those aims don't work out, I'm not going to be battering my head off a brick wall in any way. I'll say, well, that one helped and that one I did a bit of, and I'm so glad that I managed to attain that one, but I'll not feel a failure. And that's why I tend to make my aims at this time of the year for the whole of the year ahead, and I give myself time to put them into place. And I feel if that was something you could just think on, if you're all caught up in changing your life so drastically on January the 1st, please think about it. There are other ways, and it's time to go within and sort things within, rather than go crazy and start changing either your environment or your body too much or whatever. Start with inside and the rest will fall into place and you won't feel like a failure. So anyway, on that thought, I wish you all an amazing 2018. 2017 has been, as I've said, full of amazing things and incredible highs and incredible lows. I go into every year saying a wee bit less drama and that I would be quite happy. And I say the same for this year ahead, 2018. I just wish you health, and I wish that the things that you wish for yourself and your family and the world actually come true. And hopefully you'll be here with me as we maybe make a course through where we want to go spiritually, individually, and as this wee community that's growing on the channel, which I adore. And I have to thank you all so much, and I'll keep thanking you until you're fed up of me thanking you, because we're now nearly at 1,200 subscribers, nearly at, I think it's 90,000 views across the channel. It's amazing. I never thought when I started this over 2 years ago that it would get to this stage. I'm getting to know you more as a group and also individually, which is lovely. And I love that. I've told you why in a previous video or previous chat, so I'm not going to get all upset again and cry on you again, but I do love it. Just I hope that 2018 is a wonderful year for you. I also hope it's such a better year for the planet and that we look after things more. If I am going to make a resolution of some sort, it's to use less plastic in the year ahead. We don't use as much anyway, and we do recycle, but I'm going to get a bit drastic with it. So that's not a resolution, that's a strong aim. And it's one that I hope that I can really make inroads into. So I hope that the new year is peaceful around the world and that peace can move forward into 2018. And just a wee thank you for anybody that's bought my book, Memoirs of a Clairvoyant. I'm really chuffed with the way it's doing, but could I please ask anyone that's bought it to leave reviews, particularly on USA Amazon if you can, because it's only got about 10 or 11 reviews there. And reviews really do help, and in the UK too, and people who have bought it in France and in Australia and all over the place. Please leave reviews if you can. That would make such a difference for me. So I wasn't going to ask anything of you in this video, but I haven't I? Well, it's just a wee favour. And thank you for all the lovely people who are emailing me and getting back to me about how much they've enjoyed the book and how much it's resonating with you. It's good to hear that so many psychic and clairvoyant people are all developing in a similar way, or are having things that really fit, that happened at that time in my life, or things that are like, oh my goodness, that's what happened to me when I was such and such or in a place. I'm getting so many emails and I love reading them all, so thank you for that. So 2018, very powerful year. I hope you'll join me and we'll go forward with live streams and weekly tarot cards and more mediumship and more teaching videos, more psychic development videos. Oh my goodness, I'm full of ideas, but I am promising everybody that I'll pace myself and I'll not do too much at any one time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this channel developing and growing and becoming a little hub of ideas, and I hope you'll all join me for that. So with a coffee cup, it's cheers. I'll toast you all at Hogmanay as the bells ring, And thank you. Many blessings now. Bye.